As a deterrent for peace or as a weapon for defence, submarines are at the forefront of technological development. The 6 new state-of-the-art diesel-electric submarines for the Royal Australian Navy will put Australian industry at the forefront of new high-technology techniques in design, engineering, manufacturing, computer sciences and electronics. Australian industry has already geared up to take advantage of these opportunities through Australian Marine Systems Proprietary Limited, AMS. AMS, with Australian management and manufacturing expertise and West German knowledge and experience, is set to build Australia's new generation submarines. Registered in Australia, AMS is a company formed by Eglo Engineering Proprietary Limited, an Australian public company whose 35 years' experience in project management, engineering design, fabrication and construction give it a unique advantage in evaluating and utilising Australian industrial strengths. It has been joined by the Western world's leading diesel-electric submarine builder, Havelswerke Deutsche Werft of West Germany, known as HDW. Eglo Engineering is an Australian success story. The company began in the early 1950s in small rented premises in a Sydney suburb, concentrating its activities on steel fabrication and installations and maintenance at petrochemical works. Today, Eglo is a major Australian construction engineer and fabricator, utilising the latest technologies and techniques from overseas and Australian sources. With about 3,000 employees, Eglo has a record of sound and mature industrial relations on a variety of sites and projects. For 20 years, it has been the major constructor of offshore oil and gas production platforms for Bass Strait and the North West Shelf, developing advanced experience in the special construction techniques required to withstand high pressures, the elements, and hard usage. It is an Australian leader in the design and construction of bulk handling facilities, materials handling equipment, pipe rolling, and installations and maintenance in the oil refining, petrochemical, and chemical industries. It has developed export opportunities in the Pacific Basin and recently built a roll-on, roll-off car passenger ferry and a 2,650-tonne displacement ro-ro truck, car and passenger ferry at its Port Adelaide works in a record 8 months. Eglo operates in all states of Australia, as well as overseas, and has substantial and well-equipped fabrication facilities in Sydney, Newcastle, Port Kembla, Melbourne, Perth, Sale and Adelaide. Eglo's marine fabrication yards are located in Newcastle and Adelaide. These yards have been developed as offshore marine and multi-purpose heavy engineering facilities. They already comprise much of the infrastructure necessary for submarine construction, including a 5,000-tonne capacity ship lift, heavy lift equipment and cranes in Eglo's Adelaide yard. With its long-standing experience and proven track record in successfully managing complex multidiscipline projects in Australia, utilising a combination of its own resources as well as those of subcontractors, Eglo is the ideal local partner for HDW. Since 1960, HDW has constructed more than half the number of diesel-electric submarines built for Western navies. It has an exclusive agreement for submarine design with IKL of West Germany, which has designed more than 100 conventional powered submarines over the same period, and is the world's leading conventional submarine design house. HDW's ability to build successfully in other countries has been proved in the last 17 years in Argentina, Turkey, India and Brazil. By combining Eglo's expert local knowledge of Australia's industrial infrastructure, design flexibility to meet specific Australian conditions, and the world's most experienced submarine construction techniques, AMS has a technology transfer package that is the most effective and efficient for Australian conditions and proved by experience. Building submarines involves many exacting disciplines, processes and skills. AMS received more than 1,800 expressions of interest from Australian companies. Over 400 visits were made to companies and their capability assessed by Australian and German engineers. From this group, experienced, innovative companies throughout Australia were enlisted as major subcontractors. These companies have the proved technological and managerial experience to make technology transfer work effectively. They have already demonstrated that they're capable of participating in the submarine project. With such an experienced and confident base established within existing Australian industry, AMS will easily surpass 60% Australian industry involvement over the whole project. Within days of the submarine contract being signed, the first design and pre-engineering work packages will flow to the major Australian subcontractors, and then to the scores and even hundreds of minor subcontractors around the nation. In parallel with this pre-engineering period, the submarine construction facility will be built and AMS Australian personnel trained in hull production. As work packages are completed by Australian subcontractors, they'll be transported to the construction facility and installed into the submarine hull section. Major work packages will become available over some years for training of Australian personnel to build and fabricate the submarines, to crew them and maintain them. These packages are being developed with trade union involvement. Already, the major Australian subcontractors have sent their experts to West Germany to study design and construction techniques, arranged license agreements with existing subcontractors to HDW, initiated their own research and development projects for components and techniques. For the highly sophisticated combat system which must be integrated into the submarine design, AMS has provided all potential suppliers with an exhaustive requirement document. AMS will draw also on the considerable expertise of the Royal Australian Navy in the integration of sophisticated weapons into its existing submarines. Another example of the innovative technological skills already available in Australia and capable of being put to use for the submarine project. AMS will harness these skills to the submarine project by computer terminal links between IKL's Australian Design Office, the RAN project management team, and the major subcontractors. This will ensure close monitoring of schedules, purchasing, and quality controls. For AMS, maximum technology transfer and Australian industry involvement are not only integral, important parts of the submarine project, they're already a reality, waiting in the wings to show Australia and the world what can be achieved. The benefits of such technological excellence and advancement are now part of the European economic renaissance. Soon, these benefits will be part of Australia's manufacturing tradition. The submarine construction facility will be a permanent, ongoing, high-tech addition to Australia's manufacturing base, opening the way to new products, sophisticated repair work, and export opportunities, particularly in the Pacific Basin. But success calls for commitment, experience, local knowledge, proper infrastructure, and planned follow-through. Australia deserves the best. Australian Marine Systems is giving it the best that the world and Australia has to offer.